Hey, welcome back to the Mythic Tavern, and welcome to my Dragonriding Glyphs guide. In this guide, I'm going to be showing you how to get all 48 Dragonriding Glyphs, which will be utilized to use as talent points for your Dragonriding talent tree. This is how you get more vigor, this is how you regenerate vigor faster, so you can get those achievements with those awesome Dragonriding races, and of course, exploration and whatnot. There are about 12 to 13 glyphs in each zone, totaling up to 48 in the entirety of Dragonflight, from the very first zone in the Awakening Shores to all the way in Thaldraszus, which is the final zone. We're going to be going in the order of the zones, which makes the most logical sense. And yes, you can do all of these basically right at the beginning, but I will show you as well during the guide when is the best time to upgrade your talent tree as we gain these glyphs, because you will need to use these glyphs in order to get the higher or harder glyphs, I should say, later on, because some of them are very high peak on the mountain, and the only way to get it is to have more vigor and more momentum, and you can't really do that without having glyphs from earlier on. So I got you covered from beginning to the end. You can do this at any time you want, as soon as you unlock Dragonriding, but I highly suggest that you do level up your character a little bit, and you do at least do the exploration achievement maybe for all of the zones and explore or discover all the areas. That way you can actually see where you're going. Other than that, you know, just use it as your own discretion. I hope it helps you. And without further ado, let's begin with the very first zone, the Awakening Shores. Alright guys, first glyph in the Awakening Shores. We're going to do this in order of the zones of the story progression. So I'm going to show you where we're standing at, and it's going to be right here. This is the first one. Really easy, just jump up once, use one vigor and you'll be good. And I believe the second one is also in the same place. So I'm just showing you again where I'm at, and it's going to be on a tower this time around. And I believe you could reach it with just 3 vigor without resetting it. But unfortunately, I didn't play it well enough, I guess, here, and couldn't get to it. So we're just going to wait here. I'm going to speed up fast to get the vigor back, and then we're going to jump up again with the vigor and get it. And that is 2 out of 48. And I'm from the same tower, which is where we're standing at right now. We're going to be going kind of northwestish, I guess. The best way is just to follow the guide, man, and just follow where I'm going. So, yes, we're going to be going this way. This one's pretty easy. I believe it is in this tower right here. We're going to look down. We're just going to drop off. We're not going to jump, and we're going to get it. And then just fall down. Well, that'll be fine. That is 3 out of 48. Alright, the next glyph is going to be right over here, which is where I'm at. We got to get up on this bridge. So we're going to jump up. Or use our dragon thingy, and then we're going to push forward and get the glyph. Easy. Moving on to the next one from the same location where we're at right now. We're going to be going up north to Skullbreaker or Skullcracker or something like that. And this one's rough. This one has a lot of resets because early on you don't really have a lot of vigor to do this. This was probably one of the more difficult ones, if not one of the most difficult ones out of the entire 48 glyphs. So just follow this pathway. We're going to be regenerating our vigor here and hopefully find spots to where we can take a rest. Otherwise, if you land in the wrong area, you're going to fall down and you have to climb all over again. As you guys can see, the glyph is all the way up to the top. And no, it is not the highest peak in the game or in Dragonflight. The last glyph is the highest peak, and that one is pretty fun to get. So again, we're going to be resting up here, speeding this up so we don't waste time. Make sure you have all 3 vigor. Eventually, we're going to be upgrading as we get enough glyphs, and it's going to be a lot easier to get the rest. Way easier. Yeah, this is definitely one of the harder ones. And luckily, there's a place where you can land at over here. We're gonna wait again. This should be it, though. This should be enough. So, 1, 2. And this should be the third one, and that will be it. There we go. Just enough momentum to get that. And then we're just gonna fly down and hopefully land over here and regain our vigor. And from the same spot where we're at right now, we're going to go to the next one, to the west. This one's pretty easy. because you're so high up here, it's very easy to regenerate vigor when you're high up because you're gaining a lot of momentum and a lot of speed. So use the speed to regain vigor, and eventually as we level up our dragon riding, we will regain vigor quicker in the high speeds too. And on top of that, we can get up to 6 vigor by the time we max out. So it's going to be on top of this tower right over here. So yeah, no resting here. We're going to get it, and there you go. Make sure you land back on the tower to regain vigor and use this as a high point to go to the next area. So from this tower, we're going to go south. This way. Man, I love the draw distance on this updated engine. It's absolutely fantastic. Beautiful zone. Good stuff. And just follow this path. It's pretty easy. It's behind this cliff. It's difficult to see because it's like around the bend, sort of, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Oh, wait. No. It's on top of a... this cliff over here. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of a different one. Yep, it's this one. I don't think we're going to be resetting here, so we should be good. If you properly manage your vigor, you should be okay here from that point, and then just land somewhere and regain your vigor for the next one. Alright, so over here, jump from this point towards southeast, I guess. Just down this way, it's pretty easy. Right onto this bridge. And that is it for that one. Didn't even use much vigor there. Alright, from this point on as well, we're going to be heading to south. So make sure you follow this pathway, because this is where it's very important to jump from exactly where I'm jumping from, because that's how you get there, you know. This is the best way. So take a flight here. I'm just checking the map to see where I'm going, if I'm going in the right direction. Keep going this way. We're gonna land over here. So we gotta get up over there. You wanna jump up? Yeah, this one's a little crappy. And I'm also not properly jumping here. I'm being stupid. So we're gonna regain our vigor. Once we get here, I think it's gonna get sped up. Alright, we got 2. Probably should have just waited for 3. I don't know why I didn't. That's fine. So we're gonna land over here. Yeah, if I had a third one, we would have got it. I thought I could have gotten it with 2, but I guess not. I think I'm just gonna use the one over here and that's it. Yep, and that is it. There you go. Just don't make the same mistake I did. You'll save some time. Moving on to the next one. So it's gonna be down in this snowy looking area. It's pretty easy. Right here. Easy to miss though if you don't know where to look. That is it for that one. We're almost done with the Waking Shores. So from the same point on, we're gonna be going kind of southwestish. Again, checking the map, making sure I'm going the right way. And I got stuck by a tree, but that doesn't stop us from getting the glyph. Because it's not really that high up, so it's right over this bridge, and there you go. We got 2 more glyphs to get here. This is glyph number 12. We're gonna go up north from this point. Same point where we just got the glyphs. Gonna get on this rock here and jump up to take flight. And it's gonna be one of these pillar looking things. And in here I'm like, which one is it? I got a little bit confused, but I figured it out. So if you're not close enough, you're not gonna see them sometimes. So I had to get close enough to see it, because for some reason it wouldn't like populate. But there it is. And that is it for that one. So just land somewhere on the side of the cliff over here, because this is where we're going to be going, or using to go from here to the next area. This is the last one in here. It's in the Obsidian Citadel. It's behind it, so it's a little bit tricky to get there. And we're going to have a few resets, but I'll show you how to get there. So just jump from this point, and you should have quite a bit of a momentum here. You can go onto those two bridges to gain a lot of momentum and regain your vigor. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. If you stay above the bridges, you're not going to be gaining momentum. You always want to be gaining momentum at high speeds because it just makes it easier to get stuff. So this little tornado thing that you see here also boosts you up, and I tried using it, but I kind of messed up here. And I didn't end up getting where I wanted to get, but as long as you can land on these dragons over here down on the platform, you'll be fine. Those are friendlies, so just go there and regenerate your vigor. And I'm gonna be speeding this up here in a second. Alright, that is it. Alright, I'm gonna come over here. And we're gonna wait for more vigor and slowly climb our way up. This one's kind of tricky if you don't have a lot of vigor. And you can see the glyph right there. And this is the last 13th glyph in here. And then we're gonna move to glyph number 14 on our plains. So I'm just standing here gaining the last vigor and gonna be getting the thing. And that is it for the Waking Shores, guys. There's your achievement and GG. So I'm just gonna land over here, and then we're gonna fly over to Ohn'ahran plains. So for the first one, this is where you want to fly to or be at. You can just take the flight path to Timber Step or whatever outpost, and then you just go over here on your mount. And then this one's easy, just jump up once and get it. That's it. That's nothing to it, but that's where it is. Now the next one is quite a doozy. So from the same point on where we at right now, we're gonna be heading straight, basically. Or, I'm sorry, it's kind of southeast-ish to the towers. Right there is the tower, and that's where you're going to be heading to, that direction. So just follow the pathway. I love how this zone looks, by the way. It looks awesome. Alright, once you get on this platform here, or a little cliff, jump up from here towards the waterfalls. I'm trying to gain momentum here, but I don't think it's working out, so I'm just gonna speed my way forward. And then I'm probably gonna jump up one more time, yep, to get up here. Remember, you always want to have as high elevation as possible for dragon riding, because it's just easier, you know, being high up top to get somewhere else, to another high point or to a low point. It just makes things easier, and you always have the height advantage that way. Regain your vigor, and then we're gonna jump up over here and go towards the tower. And I think in here I'm gonna be regaining some vigor. I could be wrong. No, there's not enough space here to do that. So yeah, just maximize your 3 vigor that you have here. It's gonna take a few resets, but it is what it is. After this, though, we are upgrading our talents. And it's going to become a lot easier because we're going to get more vigor here in a bit after this tower, I believe. Yep. So as soon as you get this, we're going to have enough points to get a very decent chunk of upgrades. So we're going to take a look at the talent system real quick, or the dragon riding talents. Make sure you replicate what I have here. Just have those points right there in the middle of the tree. The top ones you already have, so you don't have to worry about that. That's on there by default. Alright, so from the same tower that we just landed at, where we got our last glyph, we're gonna go towards the middle, Marukai, on the map. But we gotta get on top of the statue. It's a higher peak. Now that we have 4 vigor, it's going to be a lot easier, and we don't really have to do any resets, I don't believe. And because it's such a long distance, we're going to be using the momentum here to gain a lot of speed and basically infinitely generate vigor and just use it every time we're maxed out. If you're not using it, then you're gimping yourself and you're losing out on speed and distance. So every time you're maxed out and you're in full speed, make sure to use vigor. Otherwise, it's just pointless. So I'm just pushing myself forward here as much as possible. I think I can only do it like once because the flight speed is so fast. I think it's like 810%, something crazy like that. So over here, I'm gonna flight up. Flight up again. Flight up one more time. And there we go. I love dragon riding. It's so much fun. And then you land on top of the statue's head. And we're gonna be heading to the next point from here as well. Because we can see everything here. Remember, height advantage, we can easily get to places. So once you regained your stuff, we're gonna be heading to the west side. Northwest, I should say. Yeah, I love the long distance dragon riding because it's just cooler and more fun that way. Really get to utilize the system, you know? And there you go. That is my exploration achievement. Lol. And it's gonna be up here. It's hard to see it. It's like in the cloud. There it is. Yeah, this one's tricky. Really well hidden in the cloud. GG. So just land somewhere here. Regain vigor. We're gonna be jumping from a different point, but it's very close by. It's like a little statue next to the glyph that you got. Like towards the bottom. It's very easy to get to. You don't have to get to the glyph again. It's just around it. Or like below it. You'll see. I just showed you on the map where it is. Anyway, we're gonna head towards the south, basically. The reason why it's so dark now is because it's storming, so the weather got kind of gloomy and nasty. This one's pretty easy. Yep, it's right there by the waterfall. With so much vigor now and long distances, it's very easy to get these things. A lot easier than it was before. The Waking Shores was definitely the hardest zone, I think, to collect stuff in. Alright, from this point on, you want to go down to kind of southeast around this cliff because it's behind it. I'm gonna land over here and just walk past the mobs. There's no point in flying here because we need to get to a better area. Ignore the ads, they're not really gonna do anything to you. There's the glyph up in the air, so we're gonna go up to the high peak here. And by that time, we'll regain our 3rd vigor point. It's pretty easy. We're gonna get up on this cliff here, and then jump from here. And it's gonna be GG, pretty much. I think. Hopefully. Should have enough momentum here. Did I land here? Oh, I did. I guess I thought I didn't have enough momentum. Yeah, it's just safe to land there and get one more vigor and jump from that peak. There you go. Easy. Sorry guys, I don't remember exactly how I did all of these, so I'm doing the commentary as I watch them. And then I remember. Alright, from this point on, obviously where we got the last glyph, we're going to be heading to the northern area a little bit. Northeast, kind of. I believe this one's pretty easy. It's up on the tower over there to the left. We got plenty of vigor, so we should be good. And that's it. On that one. Alright, from the same tower where we got the glyph, we're gonna go down south again. And then up over here. Definitely want to have some vigor to get up that high. And there you go. Easy. We'll end up on this peak because, you know, peaks are the winner here. Regain your vigor and then proceed to the next one. I think this might be the last one here. I could be wrong. So we're gonna head this way. The reason why I didn't wait for full vigor is because it's such a long distance. We're gonna have plenty of regen, so we should be good. Actually, I don't think this is the last one. There it is. Easy. Regain your vigor and to the next one. This one's down south, more towards Azure Span. That's gonna be the next zone that we're gonna be doing. We just got a few more glyphs here. I think we got like 2 or 3, including this one. Yep, there's the glyph right there up in the air. Make sure you have enough vigor to reach that one. This is why it's important to upgrade your talent tree as soon as possible for your dragon riding. Alright, from this point on, we're gonna get the next one. Southeast. Yeah, I think it's this one and then one more and we're done here. Easy. Last but not least, we gotta head towards this tower here. Kind of up northish, west. I think we do take a small break here because I do need to regain vigor on this one. Yep, we're gonna land over here on this platform and then we're just gonna get 1 vigor or 2, I think, and just pick it up. Yeah, I regained 2, but I think I can do it with 1. I did 2 just in case. And there you go, that is it for Ohn'ahran Plains. GG, all the glyphs. Moving on to glyph number 26 in Azure Span. So you're gonna be by this big tree here. Make sure you are where I'm at. It's easy to get there. It's on the ground. You can just walk there or whatever on your regular ground mount. And then just, you know, take a jump, flight, whatever, and then pick this up. And make sure you land in the tree stump. Not like me, who was an idiot and completely missed it, because we're going to be using the tree stump from the top to go to the next area. You definitely want to have the elevation here. And we're going to go all the way to the west. So in here I get a little bit confused because there's so many trees and it's kind of hard to see. So you're gonna see me kind of circling around a little bit. Don't panic, just rewatch in a slow frame if you need to. And I just saw it since I'm rewatching this and I completely went over my head. I didn't realize how high the glyph was. I thought it was lower, but it was actually a pretty up high peak. And you know, I'm falling down here, so I'm like, well, let me jump up or take flight again so I can look over, and then I'm just circling like crazy. But I eventually get it, which is right over here by this tree. So yeah, there it is. That's the second glyph in Azure Span. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully it wasn't that hard to follow. Alright, then you want to walk over here. You can get here simply by flying over to the Antonidas Camp Antonidas, and then just walk down the road, as you guys can see on the map. No fancy tricks I needed here. I tried getting there from that last area, but it's just not worth it. And it doesn't make any sense, and you get blocked by the cliffs. So what you do here is you're going to be jumping up on this platform over here. You want to get to this area, because it's going to be all the way up the top of these rings, and it's going to be on the top of the 3rd ring. So there's going to be a lot of regaining vigor and resetting and stuff, so we're going to speed this up. And also you can jump up on these platforms here on the sides. That give you a little bit more elevation. And we're going to regen again. Yeah, so we just need to get all the way to the top here. Alright, jump up. Yeah, these are really high up, so it's a little rough. Yeah, I think this is the last one that I take a break on. And then, do I manage to get up there? Oh yeah, I do get up here. So there's going to be a bunch of mobs here. Just don't get too close. If you stay on the floor or on the platform, you're not going to aggro them. And I somehow missed that. I don't know how, but there it is. Easy. So that is how you get that. On to the next glyph. And yes, we're going to jump from this platform, of course, because it's high up. So we're going to go up north directly. Kind of. I think, actually, no, I think we're going more northeast-ish. But whatever. Yeah, more northeast. So just follow this way. It's pretty easy. We are going to be upgrading our dragon riding talents soon. I think when we finish Azure Span, we're going to have like 5 vigor. It's going to be really nice for the next zone, which is Thaldraszus. I'm just trying to regain momentum here. And I'm looking for the glyph. There it is. Alright, we're gonna land here, and I'm gonna move on to the next one. More north west towards the camp, Antonidas. Yeah, Azure Span is a pretty large barren zone for the most part. Barren as in like, you know, kind of flattish. Not like as vertical as, you know, the other zones were. Like Awakening Shores was. So there's a lot of flat ground that you can walk on. Kind of like, on our plains and whatnot. But there's some cliffs here. So you want to get up here. On this little snow cliff thingy. Because we're going to be going up one of those towers. So I thought it was on the tower on the right, but it's actually the tower on the left. So I ended up doing some extra work here, but that's okay. So it's not on this tower, but it's the tower near us. So land here, regain your vigor, as always. We're going to speed this up. And it's right there up the tower, on that one, on the highest peak of it. You should have plenty of vigor here to get it. Sure, you'll be okay. And that is going to be glyph number 30. There you go. From this tower on, we're going to be going more to the east. Kind of towards the flight point area. This was pretty easy. Because it's long distance and you gain momentum almost instantly because of the high speed. It's right here. By the bridge. Easy. Moving on to the next one from the same point on. Glyph number 32. Gonna go down south. Down to the south. Kind of down southeast, actually. Gonna regain vigor here. Because we need it. I believe this one's gonna be in a destroyed tower. I don't know if it's destroyed actually, but I believe it's in the tower. Ah, it is in the tower, but not this one. It's the one below me. So I kind of went the wrong way there. Oh well. Yeah, but it is in like a little broken tower. So what's gonna happen here? You're gonna land here, and you have to look like for a little hole up top, which I just completely missed. And if you jump up to the roof of it, you can just jump through the hole here and get it. GG. Moving on to the next one. Glyph number 33. So this one's easy. We're just gonna get up to the cliff over there, right in front of us. Down south again. And it's right here. More than enough vigor to get it. There you go. GG. Moving on to the next one. Ignore the mobs if you get hit by them. Like I am here. Yay! Red screen of death. We're gonna go directly south. From this point on. Mobs shouldn't be bothering you. So... down in the tower right there, you can see a glow. Easy, easy. GG. Moving on to glyph number 35. We're almost done with Azure Span. So from the same point on, we're gonna basically head even more south. I think we have like 2 or 3 glyphs left here, or something like that. Yep, this one's easy. This one's also inside of a tower, a broken one. There you go. Alright, moving on to the next glyph. From the same tower that we just landed at. Towards more southwestish. Yeah, it's like on the edge, basically. A little bit outside the zone. And there it is right below, near the waterfall. And that is actually it for Azure Span. That was the last one. So now we're going to be moving on to Valdrassus. But before we do that, while we're flying over to Valdrakken, you want to fly to Valdrakken for this one. Oh, actually, no, not Valdrakken. You want to fly to the down south place. But as you're flying to the next zone, upgrade your talent tree and make it look like this. You're going to have 12 points here, or at least I did at this point. And... it doesn't really matter what you pick for the last talent, it's not really related to speed. But other than that, this is what your tree should look like. Remember, the top stuff is already there by default from the beginning, so you don't have to worry about that. So once you land over here on this flight point right here, at the bottom left of Valdrassus, there's going to be the first glyph. It's pretty easy to get. I believe it is up on a tower. This expansion has a lot of towers, and I like them a lot. They're cool. Not the Tower of Torghast, though. That was not cool. This is better. There you guys go. That's the first glyph of Valdrassus, or glyph number 37 to be exact. And from this point on, what we're going to be doing is, I believe, we're gonna head to Valdrakken, because that is where it's at the big building. So from this point on, we're going to be flying all the way to Valdrakken. So make sure you jump from the same point I did. So that big giant tower looking thing you see, that's the centerpiece of Valdrakken. You want to land on top of that, because that's where the glyph is. Thanks to our talents here, we got 5 vigor now. So things are getting a lot easier. way more room for error and easier to get to higher places and tougher places. As you guys can see, this tower is really tall that I almost didn't make it. And we had 5 vigor, but we still made it in one swipe without resting. That is awesome. There's no way you would be able to do this with like 3 things. So from this tower, we got enough glyphs here to upgrade to 6 vigor. So make sure you pick the bottom left talent point, Beyond Infinity. Probably a reference to Toy Story. But yeah, now we have 6 vigor, which means we're not messing around, guys. So from the Tower of Eldraken, we're going to be heading to the next area. The cliff that's basically like in front of us. That's where the glyph, I believe, is. At this pretty high peak, I think. I could be wrong, but we'll see. I'm like, how am I going to get up there? This is really high up. So remember, use momentum here to basically stay at infinite vigor. Yeah, there's no way you would have gotten this with like 3 vigor. I don't think it'd be possible. Actually, it might have been possible if you're good at saving momentum. But yeah, this was quite close, and I missed it somehow. And there we go, and I get it. And I landed on the top too, which is great, because that means we can jump from here anywhere we want to, from this really high peak. So glyph number 40 is going to be towards this direction. It's actually at the bottom, which is kind of lame, since now we're losing the height advantage, because we got to go to the bottom of the zone. Yeah, these zones are absolutely massive, dude. Scale is insane. I love it. So yeah, I'm just skydiving down into the glyph over the bridge. And then I try to pick the highest peak here, this little tower, so that way we can have something nice to jump from. Moving on to the next glyph, number 41. So this one is a little bit tricky, and actually took a few resets because of where it's like located. It's kind of hidden and really annoying to get to. This is probably my least favorite glyph to get. Oh wait, not this one. It's the next one. This one's easy. Yeah, it's the glyph after this one that's kind of rough to get. So as soon as you pick up this one, it's going to be glyph number 42. That's a pain in the ass, because we don't really have high elevation here, and we need to get to the southeast side. And it's kind of weird, because I don't have this area discovered, so it's a little bit hard to see exactly where I need to go. But basically it's on the left side here. It's kind of hidden. You'll see like a weird looking hourglass thing on the map. That's where we need to go. And in here I am completely super slowed because I messed up my dragon riding. But thankfully I was able to land somewhere to regain my vigor, which is what you're going to be doing as well, because that's, I think, the only way to get here. And we're falling down because we didn't land on a flat area enough. But that's okay, because we're going to speed this up. Yeah, so I'm just going to sit here and try to regain as much vigor as possible, I guess. Or just 3, because I have no patience. Yeah, I'm messing up my flights here completely. No momentum, nothing. So I have to sit down again and basically regain it, because we got to go up the tower here. That's where it's at. I think because I didn't know exactly where it was the first time, is why it kind of took me longer than I thought it would. But that's alright. We got the end result, so there you go. Yeah, that one was just kind of annoying because it's kind of well hidden. From this point on, obviously, we're going to be jumping to the next thing. Glyph number 43. We're almost done, guys. There's 48 glyphs. We're going to go to Tearhold. You can't see it on the map because I don't have it discovered. So just follow this way. Yeah, this is pretty easy because we got plenty of momentum here. So in here I get really confused. Basically the glyph is on a floating rock right here somewhere, but I wasn't sure exactly which floating rock it was on. and I didn't see it the first time. I just missed it. Like, right, it's right in front of me to the right, but I didn't see it. So in here, I'm gonna be derping around, looking for it like an idiot, because I didn't see it. Because remember, this was my first time getting them. So yeah, I'm like literally looking around and flying and trying to figure out what's going on, when it's literally behind this thing and I'm just blind to it. I know it was on a flat rock, but I'm just like completely dumbfounded here. I'm like, where is it? Did I not come to the right place? Promise, guys, I do eventually get it. And I fall down. Lol. And there I see it finally. I'm like, oh, well, there it is. Alright, I knew it wasn't a floating rock. And that is it for glyph number 43. Alright, moving on to glyph number 44. This one's easy. So from this point, we're just gonna basically fly towards the raid, Vault of Incarnates. And it's gonna be on the left-hand side, before the entrance, or kind of like at the entrance, but like, obviously you can't go inside the dungeon, or the raid, whatever, otherwise you can't find the glyphs because they're all outside. So you gotta go to the left side right before the entrance. This one's easy. I think you can pretty much use like 1 vigor or 2. So right here's the entrance on this platform, and if we go over to the left, there's gonna be smoke, and it's hidden behind that smoke. I know it looks like a big lie right now, but I promise you it's here. And it's right there. Yeah, it's pretty well hidden. So, there you go. And then we just land on the entrance platform, whatnot, to go to the next area. So what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna be taking the flight point back to Valdrakken, and then using our dragon to get back up to the Valdrakken Tower, because we want to use this tower to go to the next areas up north for the last 3 or 4 glyphs. So we're gonna go this way. There's a tower in a far distance in front of us, and that is where we need to go. It's inside that tower. This is the reason why I went to the Valdrakken Tower, because it's just so easy, much easier to get there. If you're on the ground mount, trying to get there from the bottom, it's probably really rough. And that is the reason why you want to be at a really high elevation for this one. And we're going to have plenty of vigor here because it's long distance and we always have a lot of speed. So, yeah. Do not worry about vigor here. So as soon as you get in, land. And then you need to make a jump, and that is it. There you go. And then this one's also pretty easy. It's the opposite of this tower, basically. Down below, right there, kind of. And we're just going to be going from this tower to another tower. And this is why I like towers. Except for Towers of Torghast, as I previously mentioned. So this is where we are for reference. And this is where we're going. This is glyph number 46. After this glyph, we got 2 left, and we'll be completely done with all the glyphs in Dragonflight, guys. So if you want to max out all your stuff really early on, this is how you do it. Although I do recommend that you do obviously do some leveling and stuff like that. Well, first of all, you have to unlock the dragon riding, and then you need to, you know, kind of unlock some of the zones, like explore them to open up the map. Because when you have the map open, it's a lot easier. And from this tower on, we're gonna get the 47th glyph. It's actually hidden in an island, or on an island in the distance. It's on the map, but it doesn't look like it is because for some reason it's like covered by a fog. So you're not gonna see it until you get there, and this is the best way to get there. It's gonna look like I'm going down, which I am for a little bit for the momentum, but if you go under these bridges to the left, you'll be completely fine, and you'll land at the glyph. So just follow this way. It looks scary, but it really isn't. With our tree basically maxed out, there's really not much to be afraid of. And in here, I'm thinking it's over here, but I didn't realize this is not the island. This is just floating rocks. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, I'm in the wrong area. So I just landed here, I guess. No, I didn't land. I just kept going. Yeah, so this is the place that you want to go to. Again, it's covered by this fog-looking thing, or cloud, I guess you should say. Yes, it's the Veiled Ossuary. And there you go. I get an achievement for fully discovering this zone. And then we got in this tower. And I don't think we even land. We pretty much just swipe through it. And GG. We get the second to last glyph in the entirety of Dragonflight. And now we're going to be going back 2 Val Dragon Tower again, so take a flight path there or just fly down there. Because we need to use the tower once again to get the highest, toughest glyph, which is glyph number 48. And we're gonna upgrade our last thing on the right side because we gain extra vigor when we're drifting, not drifting, high speed. We're gaining it quicker, or regaining it, I should say. So basically, we're gonna jump from here to this side, and it's gonna be on this cliff in front of us. Not the small one, but the one that's all the way up. This is the highest peak, I believe, in Dragonflight. I could be wrong though, but that is where the glyph is. I know I look like I'm very low, and yes, I am. I actually don't know how I got this on the first try, because I thought I was gonna get screwed. Apparently, if you manage and time like your jumps correctly, your, you know, up dragon thingy, this one, you'll end up gaining momentum if you do it properly. So in here, I'm like, well, how do I get up there? So, you know, I'm literally just spamming buttons here anytime I regain the vigor, which is the reason why you want to be maxed out, and you want to basically propel yourself up this cliff as much as you can humanly possible, because it's literally where this is, like, literally the highest point. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to get there? But I guess I just did. So it looks very scary, very intimidating, but you do get there if you do what I'm doing here. As long as you max it out, your tree. There's no way you can get this without maxing out your tree. It's just not possible. And yeah, congrats guys, there's your achievement right here, and that is it for all 48 glyphs, guys, in Dragonflight. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to like, subscribe, and I will be seeing you soon once again for more Dragonflight and WoW related stuff on the Mythic Tavern channel. Peace out guys, and have a good one.